Right, so hi everyone, Catherine Creswell from the Healthy Vibe Tribe with my little 2-year-old helper in the background. And I'm with Janice Tatton this evening, who specialises in EFT and helping children. We're recording this on March the 8th when the children have gone back to school. So just talking about how mums are feeling, how parents, carers are feeling about that, and how the children are feeling too, and what we can do to help. So Janice, tell us a bit more about what you do.
Yes, I have been helping children through these difficult times, being off school and returning back to school. It can be quite daunting for them. They've been off now for how many weeks?
Oh, it just seems like forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? And, for my granddaughter, especially, she was so worried about returning back. She is quite scared of the COVID. She does hear people talking about it, and going back to school and meeting a new teacher. She's been up for such a long time now, and she had worries of being in a classroom with other children who she didn't know, and particularly, 2-3 friends wasn't in that classroom. She really dreaded going back, and she was getting herself extremely anxious over it. So what I actually did, the technique is, she has a favourite teddy. She holds the teddy, and I ask her to ask the teddy what is the problem, what is worrying the teddy. And she very openly, she talks to the teddy as though it's coming from the teddy bear, as you know, it's really coming from her. And she'll say to the teddy, so what is worrying you? And she gets the teddy to whisper. And we went through all these different worry, issues, what she was experiencing. And it was just unbelievable, because each one, we measured it. She measured it like, she was worrying that much. And then we slowly, obviously, it went down and down and down. And at the end of it all, she was absolutely fine.
Oh, that's lovely. And how old is your granddaughter?
6 years of age.
6. Brilliant.
6 years of age. Yes. But I do find, especially when we're dealing with children, like yourself, as EFT practitioner, to make it fun with them, not to be serious when we're doing the EFT, because, children get bored really, really, just make it as fun as possible, and tap on the teddy even, you've got a teddy bear there, just tap on the teddy. So there's a couple of different techniques which we can do.
I think that's lovely, using a toy.
Yes. So how's it been for you? Because you have children, small children.
Yes, my boy, he's been brilliant. He's 7 years old, and he's very conscientious. He likes to get his work done, which has made it easier for me. And he was looking forward to going back so he wouldn't be distracted by his little sister. But even then, I sort of said, who's in your class and who are you playing with at playtime? And he's not allowed to play with all the people he used to play with, because they're in their strict bubble. So even though they're back to school, it is a different kind of school. And certain things have changed, and I've got to get used to that. But yeah, he's done really well. He's settled back in. He's always pretty good at getting up and getting his uniform on, ready to go, and all of that. So So yeah, very lucky in that respect. And yeah, it's a strange time, I think, for the mums as well, adapting to having all that free time and what to do. It's I've read a few comments from friends and had messages like, it's sort of a celebration, and then like, oh, I'm missing them and I don't know what to do. And we're all just getting used to a new way of life once again. And just not.
Yes. I do hear what you say, because my daughter, she felt exactly the same way when she dropped Tyler off at school this morning. She felt completely lost without her, and it's like, she said to me, I should think, wow, this is great, I've got more time on my hands. But she actually felt, because she's grown so attached, like yourself, you do everything with them, the homework, the schooling, and it just becomes a way of life, doesn't it, over the last few weeks? And suddenly you've got time on your hands again, haven't you?
That's it. And I think it gives you a real focus, actually, when our school have been really good in providing a structure for the day and video interaction. So it kind of gives you a real purpose, and you've achieved something that day. I know there's plenty of things I'm doing and working on, but it's not every day. I haven't got that structure every day. So, and I think also the not knowing how long it will last, because we've been in and out of this however many times. Don't take anything for granted at the moment. And I try not to think about the reasons why this is all happening, but obviously that is well, the main reason why we're going through all of this, and with the added anxiety, I think, of people thinking about that and wondering what if, someone comes home with it. Doesn't help.
Yeah. No, it doesn't help. So going back to what you said about the structure, getting yourself back into like maybe a routine and doing something what fits in with you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, I think I'm actually starting a course on Friday, which is gonna set me up. I think it's a 16-week course as well, so that will give me a really good focus. And I think aside from that, if I didn't have that, there are things that I could integrate into the day, like half an hour of exercise, or going for a walk, or spending extra time getting a nice meal ready. I think it's finding something that you want to do and that is good for you as well. I think if you can tick both those boxes, then that's winning.
It's so important, isn't it, as a parent, you get that time, that quality time doing, what you want to do, and having more time to do it. Like you say, now you can able to do the course while the children are at school, have that bit more time in the kitchen, doing your exercise routine.
Yes, that's it. And now the weather's hopefully getting better. Spring's on its way. You can get out in the fresh air.
Yes.
And just it's just very difficult to plan too far ahead externally, but you can control what you do in your own home and within the restrictions that we're currently under. There's still a lot we can do. And there's so many groups.
So what advice? No, it's okay, carry on.
So there's so many groups. I'm sort of part of different networking groups. Obviously, we've met through our lovely therapist group. So there are always people with similar interests you can find to to reach out to as well.
Yes, yes. So as a parent, what advice would you give to other parents, now they've got, a little bit more time on their hands?
Yeah, so like I say, I'd think about what really does interest you, what perhaps there's something you've thought, oh, I'd really like to do that, but never got round to doing it, and see if there's an online class or community you can get involved with. And maybe you're already really good at something, you could share that, you could start your own group and share that with other people. I think, more than ever, community is so important, and it's not necessarily the community on your doorstep, but you can reach out, well, across the globe now. It doesn't have to be restricted by geography. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities to learn something new or to teach something new.
And the great thing about it, because most of these courses are online, Zoom, for example, you don't really have to travel anywhere, do you? But you can't anyway. But, we've got it all there, and there's so much out there, it's just a matter of like Googling whatever you're interested in, and all these different courses will come up.
Yeah.
And going back to what you said, exercise classes, whether you like yoga, some sort of any exercise, you can Google that, and there's free ones as well on YouTube, isn't there? You can take part in, it doesn't necessarily mean that they cost money. There's loads of free courses also, isn't there, to take part in.
Yeah, that's it. And I think it actually takes a long time, unless you've got that passion for something. It sometimes takes a long time to really figure out what you want to do, because you do spend so much time thinking about everyone else and the washing up and what we're going to have for tea or whatever else, it ends up in day-to-day life. But actually maybe just using this time now to really think about, I want to do this, and this time in 6 months I want to be able to do this, and just making the most of each day to work towards those goals, which is exciting.
Yes, definitely making the most of it. And so many people have, are changing their careers, since, what's been happening. And it's just brilliant, the stories and what people are telling me, in what they're achieving, the career change and everything. Just brilliant.
That's it. There's lots I've just started a little side venture, which is going really well. And yeah, there's so many things out there if people do need or want that extra income as well. There's still opportunities out there to make that happen, because so many. I was talking to a neighbour today, actually. She's got her own business but couldn't get the grant, and then the third grant would have been available to her, but because she didn't get the first and second grant, she could then not get the third. So it's terrible. So she's not worked for a whole year. There's, I'm sure, plenty of other people that have not been able to, or lost whatever job it was they had. So maybe now's a good time to look at what opportunities there are as well, because there'll always be something, and you might think, oh, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that, but there's always training and support, and if you can change that mindset to, actually, why can't I do that, and if the need is big enough, you'll find a way. So yeah, that's
oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, and I think it's important to not limit yourself. There's always a way. And going back to sort of the school situation, I think obviously there's been anxiety from children and parents about that. And this could be the rise of homeschooling. I mean, there's plenty of people that do homeschooling anyway. So perhaps, you know, if the worry is too much and if it's not right for the child or the parent, then that's an option as well. So just, we're sort of at the cusp of, I think we're sort of at the cusp of going one way or another. I think that the next few months are kind of going to give a clearer indication of the way the world is going to go. So we just got to ride those waves.
Yes, that's the only thing we can do at this moment in time. You know, just just with the waves, just go along with it and see what happens. Well, it's been really nice talking to you. And is there anything else you would like to finish off with?
I was just thinking, actually, with the waves, it kind of made me think of the nice breathing techniques that can help to relax people. And again, it's a nice thing that parents can do with children or carers with children. Just imagining that wave as you're breathing in and out, and just taking that time just to relax and go with the flow. So I think
sounds brilliant.
Yeah, we all need to do that, definitely. Take that time, nice deep breaths, and whatever. There was something I heard the other day, it was lovely, about if you're on a river on a canoe and you aim for a certain tree, your canoe will always get you there. You've just got to trust the way that river's flowing and you'll get where you want to be. So just focus on that tree, go with the flow. You'll get where you want to be eventually. It might take a few twists and turns, but it will all work out. Gotta stay positive and talk to those teddy bears.
Definitely. Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fab.
Well, lovely talking to you.
And you, yes. Thank you so much, Janice.